Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat. It's time to once again talk about Fantasy Premier League. It's Game Week 12, the game that we've been talking about for ages now. No Arsenal, no Manchester City. We're going to talk about how we're trying to handle the lack of games for, well, two most selected teams, has to be said. You know, Haaland owned by 83% of the game now. At one point, Jesus' ownership was at a similar level. So yeah, obviously we both have Haaland. Do you have any other City or Arsenal players, or are you only one?
Haaland's
so you're relatively unaffected by this week.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, you are.
I'm chilling.
Are you keeping Haaland?
Yes.
Ooh.
Now I need to transfer him out. He's just going to sit as my third sub. I rolled over Game Week 10's transfer, Game Week 11's transfer, sorry. So I had two to use this week, and I've used these two, and it's a double change for the same team.
What if I told you Haaland is not in my team?
Ooh.
I've gone a little bit mental here. So, first of all, I'm going to start off with Game Week 11. Because, no Reece James. Put him as third sub. I'm going to double transfer next week, sort it out. I have now gone triple transfer. So I've gone a little bit insane. But because, James Maddison decided to go and get himself booked in the 94th minute, picked up that suspension, so he's out for the next game. So I made that change. Double transfers there, but overall a decent game week. Cancelo ruined me right at the last there. We're recording just after the Liverpool City game, so we don't know bonus points yet. But at the moment I'm on 48. I'm gonna finish somewhere around the 50 mark. I think Trippier should get a bonus point. That's probably about it though. So 49 maybe. Depends how many he gets. I haven't looked at the bonus point system, but disappointing. I had Saar 14 on my bench, very annoyed about that. I had 6 Dalot on my bench, and I had Mitro 7 on my bench, while I had Trossard, Maddison, both get 2. I had Zaha, Martinelli and Sancho all pick up 3. So midfield changes needed. I have made 1 in there. But yeah, defensively, superb. Pope 6, Trippier 6, Chilwell 5, and then 2 from Cancelo. That could have been 6 had he not made that big error that allowed Salah to score. But yeah, overall 48 points. You had a stellar week though.
I got 64, yes, and it could have been more.
And I didn't even mention my 12 from Solanke just quickly, and of course Haaland blanking, but as captain,
So I'm going to start my
strikers
strikers on the Friday night. Ivan Toney picked me up a lovely 12 points. Kane picked me up 9 on the 5:30. Haaland blanked. I am annoyed with myself because this was one of the first weeks I've captained Erling Haaland.
If you've not been, you're insane, mate. That's the problem. You're mental.
If I captained Tony, I'd be on 74. Instead, I've lost 10 there.
Well, no, because if you captained Tony, he would have blanked and Haaland would have scored 6.
Very true.
Yeah.
Going into my midfield, pretty good from them. It was 3 from Anthony, 3 from Almiron, 3 from Sterling.
Blanking for the first time since you put him in your team.
He's still clean sheet though, but it's 3 from Anthony, 3 from Almiron, 3 from Sterling, and 5 from Philip Billing. He's been my little differential.
He has been a good differential, like my Solanke pick.
Yeah,
20 points 2 weeks now.
1.2% of the game.
Yeah, big differential pick there.
And then into my defence, Perisic got me 8 against Everton. That's big from him. Chilwell got me 5 against Villa.
Yeah,
that's
same
fine.
here.
Zamora got me 1, but I had to play him because he didn't start, but he has been transferred out this week. And then my biggest point scorer, apart from Tony, was in goal, Vicente Guaita, getting 11 points. Not
quite as good as my Jose Sarr on my bench though.
I had Pope on my bench with 6, but obviously Guaita got 11. He had more. Apart from that, my bench all had stinkers, so I benched the right players. Had a good game week.
Now, what everyone wants to hear: transfers. You're doubling up. You had 2 free transfers, right?
Yes.
I also have 2 free transfers. I've gone for a triple change. So what have you done?
I have bought in 2 Crystal Palace players. This means I have 3 Palace players. It's a big gamble, but it's a gamble I was taking. First, I had to get rid of Zamora. I bought him in a couple of games ago, and he hasn't started a game since then. He's been benched. He's not picked me up any points. I've replaced him with Joel Ward.
Right, so what mental illness were you undergoing when you decided that Joel Ward in your fantasy team would be a good idea? Genuinely, what were you thinking? You looked at Mark Gurhey, you looked at Tyrick Mitchell, you looked at Joaquin Anderson, and you said, you know who I want? Joel Ward.
Now, I did look at that, but I've got a bit of recency bias here.
Yeah.
Because the form little stat has been lying to me, because apparently Joel Ward's the most informed Crystal Palace defender.
Is he?
He is, which is why I picked him.
Nice.
Probably because he got 8 at Palace, because he against Leicester got 2 bonus points. But only slipped by 0.3%.
Big differential there. I've also got a Palace differential, so I think we'll talk about it at the same time. To replace James Maddison, I want to free up some funds because I look at bringing Foden in for game week 13. I think that makes a lot of sense. I've got Eberechi Eze. 2.7% have selected him. He's worth 5.6 mil, so a big save there on Maddison, who's like 8.2. 5.0 form, I'm really confident going into the next game week.
I made a double Palace change. I'm also part of that. I'm also part of that 2.7% that have Emery.
Oh wow!
I took out. Who did I take out? Jacob Ramsey. Because after Villa are all over the place. They've got Fulham, and then after that their run is horrific. So I bought in Eze against Wolves. He'll be my captain.
Ooh, big call.
Yeah,
big call.
Because none of my other players.
I think my captaincy call's bigger, but yeah. So big Palace double up there. I already had Zaha, so I'm also doubling up on Palace. Shall I run through my other two transfers then?
Yes.
I obviously already have Trippier and Pope. They're playing against Everton. I've gone for an Everton defender. I've gone for Connor Cody.
Ooh.
Really hoping for a 0-0 draw there. But Everton have been really impressive recent weeks. I looked at Iwobi, but I thought I'll take Eze and then Cody. I don't want to double up on Everton too soon. But they have got a really nice run. Newcastle away this week isn't great. But then Palace at home, Fulham away, Leicester at home, Bournemouth away. Going into the internationals, Everton are a team to go and gamble on. So if you're looking at transfers out for players like Martinelli, for players like Saliba for this week, maybe go and look at Everton. Because I think they've got a really nice run going, so you could keep them for a few weeks. Then my big one. Erling Haaland's not going to score any points. I've decided to take a -4 to bring in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I know I curse Chelsea players when they come in. I've brought in Havertz in recent years. I've brought in Lukaku when he joined last season. I've captained Aubameyang against Brentford. Now my thought process is, yes, I'm taking a -4, but the 3 players I took out were guaranteed 0 because I had Reece James injured, Maddison suspended, Haaland not playing. Haaland's coming back next week.
Right.
One way or another, if Aubameyang blanks is coming in there, if not, Mitro's going.
So you're taking a guaranteed -4 next week.
Yes, because I want to bring Foden and Haaland in.
Not even to do that. I'm saying you have to take a -4 to bring Haaland in.
Why?
Money. I've
got. So in my bank now, I have. Let me just have a look. I currently have. I think it's 6.8 million.
Fine,
so yeah, that's how I've got that wriggle room now. So I can bring in, like, if I wanted to, I can take out Mitro, bring in Haaland, and do nothing else.
Yeah.
Which is probably what I'm looking at. Potentially, Mitro and Sancho out for Haaland and Foden next week. And that take the -4 should be fine.
Yeah.
But Aubameyang, it's a big call. But I look at it and go, if he blanks, no bother.
Yeah.
You know, I've took the gamble, but -4, it's -4 at the end of the day. Haaland wasn't going to score anything anyway. Yes, he's on captaincy. I think that's a big, big call. But if he does get a goal, or two potentially against a Brentford side that haven't looked great, that 3% differential. Look, by tomorrow, by the time this video goes out, I may have changed that captaincy. By the time the games kick off, I may have changed that captaincy. My captaincy was on Leandro Trossard against Forest, so it might go back to him. As I and ah about what I'm going to do. This does mean I was planning on having a full bench of players that weren't playing in terms of my 3 options, but Dallo is now moved to first sub. I know they kept a clean sheet this week.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Tottenham will score. I don't think Man United will.
Yeah.
I think United will win, but I think Tottenham will score. Sancho's in my team, so it's looking strong. Shall I run through my 11 then?
Go on then, yeah. Okay.
Obviously, as I've mentioned, Solanke, he's staying. Southampton at home, big points available there. Mitrovic, he's at home. They're facing Villa. A potential hat-trick potentially there. I've got high hopes my forwards will come in big. And then Aubameyang. I know he's travelling to Brentford, but I back him. Then both my Palace boys, Zaha, Eze, at home to Wolves. Sancho's got Tottenham at home. Trossard has Forest at home. A lot of home fixtures for me this week. Both Pope and Trippier ain't going anywhere. They're at home, but they're inviting Everton. And Connor Cody will be coming with that Everton team. And then Chilwell will be travelling with Aubameyang to Brentford. I am worried about Chilwell and him not playing. Especially obviously today's yellow card. And the fact that Cucurella was brought off early. I don't know, it all points towards Ben Chilwell being rested. But I do have Diogo Dallo. So if I hear, if in Graham Potter's press conference he says, yeah, mate, Chilwell needs a rest, then I'm going to be rushing to my team to put Dallo back in there. But as it stands, this is what I'm going for. Hopefully, my Aubameyang call pays off. Probably not. It's a bold one, I admit.
But it's interesting.
But you never know. If he blanks, Haaland comes in next week. I think the captaincy makes it a even bolder gamble. So that will probably change by the time I've, stopped going mental.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? This could go really well, could go really badly.
The reason my captaincy is on Eze is because I'm really not spoiled for Choice of League. I'm expecting a tough game week, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like Kane against United, one of your big hitters, Tony against Chelsea.
Exactly, starting my front two, Kane against United, Tony against Chelsea. I'm not expecting for anything from Tony. I just don't really have much other choice.
That's what I was looking at. Like, I wanted to invest potentially in West Ham, but they've got Liverpool this week.
Yeah.
I wanted to potentially invest in Brentford, but they play Chelsea. There's just a lot of, like, United and Tottenham were both no-goes because they face each other. I know I already had Sancho and Dallas.
That's a real problem. Kane against United. Aaron against Everton, I need big points. Eze captain against Wolves, I need a masterclass from him. I really do.
That's a big call from you. I'd potentially even back Kane, but
I was going to. My other captain option was Philip Billing against Southampton.
But that's a rogue shout.
That is a big rogue.
I can't.
Again, I need points.
Yeah,
for Billing,
I think you have to be backing Kane if I'm honest.
No.
But it's up to you. I mean, let's say if he does well, fair enough.
On my team, Sterling against Brentford. He's blanking week in, week out at the moment.
Depends where he plays. If he starts right wing back again, I'm worried.
I really don't know.
Plays further forward.
But it's a big gamble.
I mean, if you look at the Brentford game today at the time of recording, 2 chances he definitely could have put away.
Yeah,
maybe next week. The Villa game, sorry, yeah. Maybe he puts them away, but yeah. What options you got further back?
Anthony,
okay.
Another midfielder. Tottenham again.
I
really don't know. And then defensively, Young against Fulham could be an absolute thrashing.
Chilwell he could also keep the clean sheet though. Fulham struggled against Bournemouth.
Chilwell might not play against Brentford, and Joel Ward is the biggest roll of the dice I think I've ever done in FPL.
Yeah, that is a big gamble.
And then
it's almost as big as my Aubameyang gamble.
And then in goal, Vicente Guaita.
Yeah,
I don't know anymore.
I think Wolves could nick a goal with the issue there.
I've really lost.
And also tripling up on Palace. Captaining one of them and having
Joel
Ward and Guaita. It's a mess, but you could come away with a lot from it. Yeah, I just hope Wolves don't keep a clean sheet because Sarr's on my bench again. I'll be so annoyed if he gets another 14-point week and Zaha misses the penalty.
If Palace lose, my game week 12 is over.
Yeah, that is fair enough. We usually look at the league at this point of the show, but we don't actually know anything about the league yet. I'll have a look at the guy who's top. 36 points this week. No one scored. Apart from Lloris and White and assist for Andres, everyone blanked. 1 from Aubameyang, 2 from Jesus, 4 from Haaland, 3 from Martinelli, 2 from Foden, 3 from Anthony, 5 from Andreas, 6 White, 6 Lloris, 2 Neco, 2 Cancelo. Has the guy in second caught up? Yes. The guy in second is going to get very close. A 66-point week.
Same front for his mate, but
Captain Kane.
That
is what they had to do. Had Perisic on the bench.
Ooh. And
Andreas, and then had players like Cancelo struggling, Guaita in goal. It's pretty much your team, mate. They're definitely watching the show and copying whatever you say.
I've got Joel Ward over Anderson. That's good difference. That is good difference.
Better than your Joel Ward. I'm just going to have a quick score through and see if I see anything that stands out to me.
I've got the highest in the week.
Potentially, it's a tough game week this week. Obviously, the highest is 104. I've never seen anything that low for a while at least. I imagine someone who's Captain Salah will be top because he scored a goal. Yeah. But I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me. Loads of 30s. That's the thing. I look at my 48 this week and I'm annoyed because that doesn't seem like many.
But
there's a guy with 1. Well, he's up to 42.
Oh, okay.
Kepa, a load of people playing today. It was only Reed playing yesterday.
That makes sense.
Big game week. Big day today.
We're still waiting for a reset.
Yeah, that's the issue. I'm looking at 1 here. He's on 34 now, so it's really hard to tell. In fact, this guy on 0 probably got the most. 21. But
imagine 80.
Yeah, there's a 44 here. I'll see what he's done today. 79. Good call. 6 from Lloris, 8 from Perisic, 6 from Thiago Silva, 6 from Trippier, 5 from Saliba, 8 from Salah, 6 from Odegaard, 2 from Gundogan.
Salah, he's kept by
Captain Kane, 18. Tony, 12, and 2 from Jesus. So a big week there, and bonus points still to come into that mix.
Yeah, Salah have 3.
Yeah. So it's some interesting game week. It's thrown up a lot of.
I've come out on a good
side
side of it.
I'm looking at a lot of the mini leagues I'm in. I had a bit of a disadvantage. I'm a bit of a back foot, but most people ahead of me not scoring too highly. But yeah, that is all for today. I think.
Yes.
There's not an awful lot to look at. But yeah, bit of a short one. Hope that's not too much.
That's the same.
Is it decent then? But yeah, game week 13 I think could be my time to shine with Haaland and Foden potentially coming in.
I think
game week 12 could be mine. If Aubameyang scores a hat trick on my captaincy, genuinely
Same with
might.
Eze though. Eze scored a hat-trick,
Yeah.
captain, off loan. Joel Ward keeps a
That
clean
is
sheet.
kind of the whole thing in
Adam's
FPL,
Guaita.
isn't it?
If your players do well, you score points. I feel like game week 11 was my game week and now it's gone.
Yeah.
I should have enjoyed it more.
Thing is, I look at my 48. If Haaland had scored a hat trick though, that could easily have been 78,
Yeah, I've got a
something like that. If he scored a hat trick, actually, yeah, no, 60 points, isn't it? If you got like 20, 30, and then double that, but. Yeah, that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Make sure to give all the comments down below. You know, what are you doing to combat no City, no Arsenal? I know a lot of people using their 3 hits. I've already used mine, though, so I have
I
no
don't use
option.
any. I've complete.
Did you not think about using your 3 hit considering you've got no Haaland this
got
week?
Joel Ward.
You could have put so many Joel Wards in your team.
Oh, what have I done?
Just gone for all Joel
Why
Wards.
don't I use I could still use my free hit.
I've already had people
Wait for
question.
my free transfers. What am I
Already
doing?
someone asked, should I use my 3 hit this week? So yeah, because he's got Arsenal and City players. He's got 3 of each. So I am going to tell them that they should. But
What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing.
he's crumbling, and that is where we're going to
We get
leave
free
you.
transfers at the World Cup. Why have I not used my free hit yet?
Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.